in the XY plane, the point of intersection of this vertical and this horizontal line, this point here, see this point here, this point is called the origin. Origin, why? Because this is the point where we're going to start with. Whatever point we are going to locate, we are going to start with the origin. Okay. This is called, this vertical line that you have drawn here, this is called the x-axis. We write x here and we write x dashed here. This vertical line is called the x-axis. This horizontal line, in fact, this is called the x-axis. This vertical line here that you have drawn, this is called the y-axis. You could write y here. This is called the y-axis. You write y here and you write y dashed here. Now the question is why y and y dashed? Why y and y dashed? That is the question. Okay. Now the question is why we write x and x dashed, why y and y dashed. Okay, let's write y here. Let's write y dashed here. This is your x and this is your x dash. This is what you are going to write. And once you have written all this, now the question is why x here and why x dashed here. X here because this is called the positive direction of x-axis. Positive direction of x-axis. That is this direction is the positive direction. This is the negative direction of x. The negative direction of x-axis. So this way, this is the negative direction. You start from the origin and this will be a negative direction. You start from the origin, this will be a positive direction of x. Okay. Similarly for y, you have this as your, this is your y, this is your positive direction. Of y-axis. So starting from the origin, this is your positive direction, right? And this similarly here is the negative direction. From here, this is the starting from the origin, this is the negative direction of y-axis. Okay, so whatever, wherever we are going to move, we are going to start from the origin. That is what you must bear in mind. Okay. Okay, so once we know the definition of x-axis, y-axis, origin, and once we know the positive and the negative directions of the x and the y-axis, now we come to the coordinates. Now, how do we locate a point? Let's see. Before locating, there's one more thing. The thing is about the scale. This is your x-axis, x dash. This is your y, and this is your y dash, negative direction. Now see, I have taken, how many squares are there between 0 and 1? There are 5 squares, right? So we say this as 5 units. Again, see here, how many squares we have? Again, here we have 5 units. This one, how many units? 5 units. 5 units. And similarly, here also we have taken 5 units, 5 units, 5 units. Here also in the y, you have taken 5 units. All these are 5 units. All these are 5 units. Similarly, here you have taken 5 units. Here you have taken 5 units, right? So we can write the scale also. Okay. See what happens is that we have taken this 5 units as 1 unit, right? We have taken 5 units is equal to, let's say 5 smallest divisions. 5 smallest divisions is equal to, this is you're going to write on the top of the graph, top left hand corner of the graph, and that too on the squares, not above the squares. Okay, 5 smallest divisions is equal to 1 unit. That means one smallest division is how much? 1 by 5 unit, which means 0.2 unit, right? And whatever this scale you are taking, this is called the scale of the graph. Okay, you have taken this scale, so I have written it this way. This is called the scale of the graph. One smallest division is equal to 0.2 unit. This you are going to write on the top right hand corner of the graph. Now there's another scale of the graph. This is another scale of the graph. Let me just put it up for you. Another scale of the graph. See, here what I have taken. Here I have taken 10 units as 1 unit. 10 smallest divisions. 10 smallest divisions. Here also I have taken 10 smallest divisions. Right? As how many units? 3 to 4. 3 to 4 is 1 unit. 3 to 4 is 1 unit, right?
Yes,
So
sir.
therefore, what should be the scale here? 10 smallest divisions is equal to 1 unit. Therefore, what is the one smallest division? Is equal to 1 by 10, or say 0.1 unit. This we call as your scale. You don't have to write this. You can write this in your rough, the one that I have ticked. Main thing is you have to write this one. One smallest division is equal to 0.1 unit. On the top right hand corner on the squares, not above the squares. Fine. So there are two kinds of scale that you can take on the graph. First is this kind of a scale, or you can take this kind of a scale also. It depends on your question. Which scale you are going to take will depend on your question. Okay. Suppose you have very big numbers. Suppose 10 and 20. Obviously, you will not be able to use this one, because this one, see, stretches from 1 only till 4. Here you have only 1 to 4. Right. Similarly, here on the y-axis also you have 1 to 4. Maximum you can take here 5 also. Okay, or you can take 6 here also, right? But you have 1 to 6 here approximately, and you have 1 to 6 here also, right? So which scale should I take? Whether I should choose this scale, this one here, or whether I should choose this scale will depend on your question. Okay, so that is what the meaning of scale is. Now once you know what a scale is, now we are going to see what we mean by points on the graph. Look at this. X dash, y, and you have y dash. This is your origin. Okay. Any point on this graph is represented with the help of a pair of numbers. Let us take the pair of numbers as 3, 4. Suppose 3, 4. Then which point will be 3, 4? See, this point here is called the x coordinate of the point. Let's call this point P. This is called the x coordinate of the point P. And this is called the y coordinate of the point P. Okay. X coordinate is sometimes called as the abscissa. Okay. Y coordinate is sometimes called as the ordinate. Remember these two words. Okay. So if I say what is the abscissa of P, you will say 3. If I say what is the ordinate of P, you will say 4. Okay, clear with this till now? Or any question you have?
No,
No
sir,
question?
no question.
Okay. Now let's see, I want to locate this point P. The
Sir, can
coordinate,
you please repeat point?
which one?
Sir, you just said now the
Uh,
y coordinate.
okay. The x coordinate is, if I ask you, if I give you the point 3, 4, if I give you this point 3, 4, and if I ask you, what is the ordinate of the point P? What should your answer be? Ordinate is, if I ask you what is the abscissa of the point P, so what should be your answer? 3. If I ask you what is the ordinate of the point P, you will say 4. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So now let us see one example. If I ask you, plot this point 0, 0. This point 0, 0 is the coordinate of the origin. Okay. So this point is your O, 0, 0. Clear? Now, if I ask you to plot the point P, 3, 4, let us call this point P1, 3, 4. How will you plot this point on the graph? See, what is the x coordinate here? 3. So you start from the origin and you move 3 units here. You reach here, right? You stop here. Once you reach 3 here, you stop. Next, you moved horizontally. Now we want to move vertically. Okay. How many units we have to move vertically? Now you look at the y coordinate. Y coordinate here is 4. So you had stopped here. Now from here, you start measuring 4 units. So you move vertically now. So you reach the point here. This is your point P, 3, 4, or let's say P1, 3, 4. Clear? Is this clear?
Yes, sir.
One, let's
Yes,
take
sir.
few more examples. Let us take another example. Just say you have to plot the point P2 minus 5, 4. Now look here, the x coordinate is negative, right? The x coordinate is negative means from the origin, we will not move in the positive direction. Now we'll start moving in the negative direction. How many units? 5 units. So I start moving and I reach minus 5. Why minus 5? Because I see this is a minus sign here. Clear with this?
Yes, yes, sir.
Now, once I stop here, now I look at the y coordinate. What is the y coordinate? 4. So from 5, now I'll start moving vertically. And I stop here at 4, right? See, I am stopping here at 4, right? So this is my point P2 minus 5, 4. Okay. Now let us say if I want to plot the point P3 minus 5 minus 2. How will I plot?
Sir, we have to first go to -5 and then down -2.
Yes, first you move vertically. Start with the origin. Always start from the origin. You'll starting from the origin, first look at the x coordinate. X coordinate is how much? Minus. So you minus means you have to move in the negative direction. So from 0, you start moving in the negative direction, reach minus 5. Okay, and you stop here. Once you stop at the x coordinate, now you look at the y coordinate. You see that the y coordinate is also negative. So obviously you will move in the negative direction of y also. This is the positive direction of y, right? So you will not move in this direction because y coordinate is negative. You will move in the negative direction. That is this way. And you will stop here. Why you will stop? Because this is minus 2. So this is your point P3 minus 5 minus 2. Clear with this?
Yes, sir.
Suppose I want to plot the point P4. Let us say 7 and minus 8. So how will I move? Starting from the origin. Start with the origin here. What is the x coordinate? Plus 7. So we'll move in the positive direction of x. How many units we are going to move? 7 units. So from 0, we start moving 7 units in the positive direction. And we stop here. After reaching 7, we stop. Okay, now we look at the y coordinate. Y coordinate is how much? -8. So now we need to move vertically. So from 7, we start moving vertically till we reach the point 8. See, we have reached the point 8 here.
Sir, -8 na.
So it's minus
Okay,
6,
minus
so
8.
we go down.
Yes, it's -8. So we'll move in the negative direction then. I didn't see the negative sign. So -8, if you want to move, now you'll move in the negative direction. So from here, move in the negative direction, reach here. So P4, what are the coordinates of P4? This is 7, -8. Clear with this? Now remember, we don't draw
Yes,
these
sir.
lines. Okay, we don't draw these lines. This line I'm showing you to show you. Okay, to explain to you. Otherwise, we don't draw these lines. Okay. So let us take a few more examples. Let us say if I want to plot the point P5 -2, 1. How will I plot? Starting from the origin, you move 2 units in the negative direction. So you reach here, right? Now I'm not drawing the lines. See, I reach here. After reaching here, I need to move vertically. How many units I have to move? +1. That means in the positive direction of y. That means here. This is your point P5 -2, 1. Clear? Let us take another point P6. Let us say now I want to plot -9, 0. Okay. So how will you do this? How will you plot -9, 0? Starting from the origin. Let's start from the origin here. Start from the origin and start moving in the negative direction of x because the coordinate of x is negative. So we start moving in the negative direction, right? We start moving and reach -9, right? We reach -9 and we stop here. Next, we see the y coordinate. What is the y coordinate? 0. That means we cannot move either up. We cannot move down also because the y coordinate is 0. So this point is -9, 0. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Let us say
Yes, sir.
another point. We have to suppose we have to plot another point. Let's say 0, -6. Then how do we plot this point? Again, we start from the origin. Look at the x coordinate. Starting from the origin, what is the x coordinate? 0. That means we cannot move horizontally, right? We cannot move horizontally because x coordinate is 0. Look at the y coordinate. How much is the y coordinate? -6. So starting from the origin, now you start moving vertically downwards. Why? Because y coordinate is negative. So this is your point P7, 0, -6. Clear? Let us say I want to plot the point 80. What do I do? Starting from the origin, look at the x coordinate. How much is the x coordinate? +8. So from the origin, we start moving 8 units here, right? We reach here. And what is the y coordinate here? 0. That means we cannot move vertically anywhere. That means this must be my point. This is my point P880. Is this clear now?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Let's take one more example, last example, and then we can proceed. Let us say we want to plot the point 0, 5. So you see, you start from the origin. Can you move horizontally? No, you cannot move horizontally because x coordinate is 0. So you cannot move in this direction. You cannot move in this direction, right? So only movement that you can do is in vertically. And vertically, how will you move? Upwards or downwards? Because you have a +5, you have to move upwards, right? In the positive direction. This is your,
Yes,
so this is your point P9, 0, 5. Clear? This is how you plot the points. Now, very interesting observation. Here, there are certain observations. Once you have plotted the points, there are certain observations that you must see. and if you can better remember, is that any point that you take on this side, any point that you take on this side, you will see that x coordinate is positive and y coordinate is also positive, right? You agree with me? Yes, x and y both are positive, because if you want
Yes,
to
sir.
locate the point 5 3, then then 5 3 will be where? 5, and this will be 3. 5 3 will be here, right? So if you see x and y both are positive, so x coordinate and y coordinate both are positive in this part. This is called the first quadrant. Understood? This is called the first quadrant. In the first quadrant, you have x and y both as positive. Clear? Next, this is called your second quadrant.
Yes, sir.
Okay, this is called as your second quadrant. In your second quadrant, what you see is that x coordinate will be negative and y coordinate is positive. Right? Always. Suppose you want to calculate, you want to plot the point -5 3. How will you plot? See, you move 5 units here and then you move 3 units here vertically. So 5 3 will be somewhere over here, right? So you see, x coordinate is negative, y coordinate is positive. That is why this is in the second quadrant. This is called the second quadrant. Okay. Next, this is called as your third quadrant. Okay. This is called as your third quadrant. In your third quadrant, x is positive. Sorry, x is negative. X coordinate is negative and y coordinate is also negative. Both are negative here. Because suppose if you want to plot the point -2, -3, you see x and y both are negative. How will you plot? -2 and then you have -3. -2, -3 will be somewhere over here, isn't it? So any point that you take on this quadrant, you will have x coordinate negative and y coordinate also negative. Let us look here. And this is called the fourth quadrant. Third quadrant. This is called the fourth quadrant. In the fourth quadrant, you will have x coordinate is positive and y coordinate is negative. Okay. X coordinate is positive and y coordinate is negative. Why? Suppose I want to take plot the point 7 -3. X coordinate positive, y coordinate negative. See, so from 0 I'm moving 7 units here and then I'm moving -3 units. My 7 -3 will be somewhere over here. Understood? So this quadrant is called the fourth quadrant. Clear? Another very important note here is, if you remember the last 4 points that I discussed with you, you need to remember because we'll be needing this later on also. Okay. Suppose I want to, let me write this once again. Suppose I want to locate the point P. Let's say I want to locate the point -80. How will I get the point? -80 will be here. You agree, all of you? Do you agree?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So if you agree that -80 will be here, if you see, then this point P is on which one? Is on the x-axis, right? So P is on the x-axis. P is on the x-axis, right? Any point, very important observation here, that any point on the x-axis will have y coordinate 0. So if I give you a point, say if I give you a point, say Q, and ask you Q minus 7, 0, if I give you, and I ask you on which axis does it lie, on the X or the Y axis? What will be your answer?
X
X
axis.
axis. Why? Because you see the Y coordinate is 0. That is why your answer will be, this point will be anywhere in this, on this line. Okay. Anywhere on the X axis. Okay. So remember, for any point on the X axis, Y coordinate will be 0. So please note this. Any point on the X axis will have its Y coordinate as 0. Okay. This is first note. Second note. Now suppose if I give you a point R, 0, 6. How will you locate this point? 0, 6 will be here. All of you agree? All of you agree that 0, 0, 6 will be here? R?
Yes, sir.
Now that you agree that 0, 6 will be here, what do you see? That this point is on which line? This point is on this vertical line on the y-axis, right? And on the y-axis, what do you see? The x coordinate is 0. Suppose I want you to locate the point M. 0 minus 3. Where is the point? M is the point here. All of you agree?
Yes, sir.
Again, you see M is on which line? M is on the y-axis, right? And you see that the x coordinate is 0. So whatever point that you take on the y-axis, all of them will have x coordinate 0. If I take n on this line, this coordinate will be 0, 4. If I take a point A on this line, this point, again you will have 0, 2. So whatever point that you are going to take on the y-axis, all of them will have their x coordinate 0. So another important note is that any point on the y-axis will have its x coordinate equal to 0. So any point on the x-axis will have y coordinate 0, and any point on the y-axis will have x coordinate as 0. Okay, very, very important point. We are going to use this later on. Please remember this. Okay. Okay, so once we have done this, perhaps we can solve one problem from the textbook. Yes, look at this. Look at number 3, very simple one. Can you see the question here? It's very small, no? Make it a little bigger. Now can you see? You can see the question, all of you?
Yes, sir.
Good enough. Look at this. Question number 3. Which of the following points lie on the x-axis and the y-axis? Okay, we just discussed this, right? You don't need a graph for this. Look at this point. First point, A, 0, 2. On which axis will it lie?
So
X.
y-axis.
Y-axis. So A will lie on the, your answer is A will lie on the, let me write it in the proper way. A, 0, 2 will lie on the y-axis. Why? Because you see that the x coordinate is 0. Next question. Next coordinate given is B, 5, 6. Which coordinate, which axis will it lie on? X or the y-axis? It will lie on neither axis because both coordinates are not equal to 0, right? Will lie neither on the x-axis nor y-axis. Clear? Next point, let's see in the next coordinate. 23, 0. Which axis will it lie on?
So x-axis.
Yes.
Excuse me,
Why?
sir.
Yes, tell me.
Sir, I did not understand the second one.
Second one,
Yes, sir.
what is the point? B56, right? Look at it on the graph paper. 5, 6. How will you locate 5, 6 on this graph? 5 and then you have 6, right? This is the point 5, 6. You
Yes,
agree?
sir.
Which axis does it lie on? It lies on the x-axis or the y-axis? Neither, right?
Yes, sir.
Does it lie on this vertical line? No. Does it lie on this vertical line? No. So therefore 5, 6 will neither lie on the x-axis nor the y-axis. Clear?
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Okay. Answering the next question now. The next coordinate that is given is D 0, 23. Which axis will it lie on?
So y-axis.
Y-axis. Okay. E. Another point is given 0, -4. Which axis will it lie on? Again, it will lie on the y-axis, right? Because the x coordinate you see here is 0. Next, F, -6, 0. Which coordinate axis will it lie on?
X-axis.
X-axis, because you see that the
X-axis.
because the y coordinate here is 0. And finally, you have the point G, √3, 0. You can actually locate √3 also. Yeah, I'll tell you later on how to locate. But G √3, which axis will it lie on?
X-axis.
X-axis, because the y coordinate is 0. Okay, as simple as this. So that's it. I'll stop here.